Alright, it says I'm live again. Sorry. Bit of a dead spot where I live as far as reception. Hey everybody, welcome to Aussie Rules. Haven't done this for a while. It's now, it's Friday here. Only suckers work on Fridays. So, I don't work Fridays unless, one of my two employers require me. But, yeah, I've, changed, employment. We're now working two part-time jobs and two permanent part-time jobs. So I have my set days and hours, and making a little bit more than I was previously with the one job, and I'm at much nicer places, nicer people, and I've actually freed up more time for myself. So I don't work Thursday during the day. I work Thursday evening, in bed by 11 though, and I don't work Friday, Saturday or Sunday unless they have an extra requirement. So yeah, so now I'm heading like I said, today's Friday. Don't ask me the date. I think it's the 2nd or the 3rd or something. It's an Australian summertime now, even though it's been pissing down raining for a couple of days. So I'm heading to lunch, and I'm not really in a hurry, but I don't want to be late, otherwise she'll kill me. And not sure what the afternoon entails, because I'm not playing soccer at the moment because I have some foot and calf strains, and I don't want to make it worse by playing soccer. So I'm using this phone holder that what does that mean? Oh yeah, okay. I'm using this phone holder and it tends to move a little bit. And I brought like this phone case, you know, the one with the flip cover and magnetic little thing, but it doesn't fit in the holder. And if well, I got it in the holder, but then the flap kept closing on me, so I had to take the phone out of the holder altogether and put it in the phone holder. It's the only way I can do it in the car. Seems to be okay. I think the picture looks okay. So, isn't it funny, you know, when you're in the shower or thinking in bed or something like that, you're thinking, oh, you got all these thoughts going through your head, and oh yeah, I'll do a live and we'll just, you know, talk the shit. And then sometimes when you go live, it's like, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, I haven't been around much anymore. That's liable not really to change. I kind of not like doing the lives like before. I used to do a live bloody every friggin' Saturday morning, which was Friday night in the USA, and used to get like, you know, a nice little crowd of people and regulars and stuff like that. I mean, it was always about just like a hangout. But I tell you, I soon discovered that it doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing, where you're from, male, female, fuck, it doesn't matter. You, like, even if you try to do the right thing, sooner or later, people will just go at you, because that's just the human nature of people. And I don't know, I just got over it all. And look, some people it depends on people's character. Some people are pretty tough and relentless, and you can say or do anything and it just doesn't, people just not bother. Other people are a lot more fragile. I'm somewhere in the middle, and as I get older, getting involved or in some of that YouTube stuff is really, really not good for your mental health. And I found out that it was just hell, it's just not worth it. Just not worth it. So I just got over doing it anymore, and I don't mind going on other people's I was wondering what you were doing, Posty, whether you were just going to pull out in front of me when you don't have any right of way. We have to give way to buses that just want to pull out in front of you, but we don't have to give way to posties. Anyway, I do enjoy going on other people's chats every now and then. Pretty selective these days. But there was one subject I wanted to just briefly touch on. I did get up last night at friggin' 2 a.m. I was listening to Marie Z Peasy, I think she says it. Marie Z Peasy. I got up. I was a few minutes actually late in the live because I paused it to go to the toilet, and then I came back and unpaused it. So I was a little bit behind the live stream, but eventually I heard Marie say, "Casper, can you come up and say something or something about something?" And I was pretty sleepy. But I said I would have to get up and turn my PC on, and I hadn't done a live since I rebuilt my computer. I had some PC problems, and I rebuilt it, reinstalled Windows and stuff and everything else, and I'd plugged my mic and everything back in, but I hadn't actually tested it. So I started the computer and jumped on. Obviously, I must have sounded okay because they could hear me all right. My avatar was there and everything, so I jumped in, and I really feel sorry for Marie's situation, and not that I went through exactly the same thing, because it wasn't exactly the same thing. Just some little things I kind of felt familiar with, and I really felt like I didn't want to see a friend, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm besties with Marie, because we actually had a pretty big rough friggin' beginning, but when she realized what was going on, everything was okay, and we sorted it out, and I certainly felt sorry for Marie when she was describing the I don't know the name of it, with the paralyzed face, half face thing, and the migraines and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I can relate to the headaches. I don't get migraines anymore since I've been on the blood pressure tablets, but I can certainly relate to headaches. Just I had a doozy of a one the other night. Anyway, she was. I've been watching this whole thing where, I mean, many months ago, and I don't remember exactly when it was, but she told me that she'd met somebody, and I went on, and no, actually, I think the first time I knew about it, she actually came out and told me she was engaged or something. And I'm like, holy shit, well, good for you, girl. That was pretty much my answer. I didn't really know it was somebody maybe that she'd met from YouTube, which I'm not 100% sure of, but oh, that's sweet. Show that granddad pushing the kid around in a little toy car. And as time went on, like, they obviously were talking for a while. They met. He went and stayed with her for 6 months. She went to America. I mean, she did what I never did, and I'm like, wow, someone actually has done it that I know of. Anyway, things obviously went quite south, and I'm not saying they wouldn't have gone south on their own accord, but one thing that resonated with me was the fact that she had a lot of other people involved, and that's something that I can relate to. And as much as I very sad what happened to me, I really felt for Marie, and it would have been nice if, this sounds weird, but it would have been just nice if it had just fallen apart by themselves, without another guy involved or another girl involved, or a third party's just wanting to stir up trouble, you know. And look, I wrote to Marie. I did mention this when I was on briefly last night. I wrote to her and said, if you want my advice for someone who's kind of touched on this a little bit, you need to come to an agreement that this doesn't get posted all over fucking YouTube, you know, because people twist things, they make things up, they just flat out lie about stuff, you know, like, and I can see how pissed off Marie is. I can see it, and people get angry and well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I understand, and you know, I wrote to her early on and said, look, you just need to come to an agreement not to do this. It's going to cause you both angry feelings, sadness, you know, regrets, all of the above. And I really, unfortunately, nobody listened to me. What do I know, right? And unfortunately, it got posted all over YouTube and different channels, and she's angry and he's angry, and I don't know this Winkler, this Nick character. I don't know him at all. Never had a conversation with him. I just said to him congratulations when they were together. Now, do I see, like, I don't understand what the attraction is over this fella in the first place. As I've watched him talk, I've watched him, you know, he's an alcoholic, blah, blah, blah. You know, everyone's got their problems, right? But I'm not good with alcoholics because I grew up with my stepfather's family being drinkers, and, you know, obviously there was fights and certain situations happening that didn't feel real comfortable, and that's one of the reasons why Mum and I don't have really much to do with anything to do with the stepfather's side of the family. Although the stepfather has moved back up to my sister's house, I deal with him, but no family functions or get-togethers will I be ever attending because I don't need that shit in my life. It's as simple as that. So I don't deal with the drunks, and even in real life now, like, you know, when I go to the club, for instance, you know, every now and then I will run into a person that's abbreviated quite excessively, and yeah, I don't deal real well with it. And look, I've even knocked back, you know, approaches from women at the club in the past because they've had a few too many drinks, and I just can't do it. Just can't do it. Not even for the sake of that. Not even for the fun of that. Can't do it. Anyway, getting back to that situation, you know, I just wish it hadn't have unfolded the way it was. I'm not going to talk about that situation very much because I know Marie probably won't appreciate it, but it's just my point of view that, and I see Marie has a lot of friends supporting her, you know, Charlotte and all of that, and that's great. She's an interesting person. I never knew who Charlotte was other than her pretty cool fucking UK accent, which I do like, the UK accent as much as the American ones. And I heard her fucking going off one night at someone. I went like, oh, he's a fucking strong ass woman, which I kind of laughed too, and because she can go from, like, you know, telling you to fucking jam something up your fucking ass to sending you a love heart or something like that in chat. That's cool. You gotta laugh at that kind of thing. I mean, you gotta laugh at that kind of thing. But I saw Rev's Nikki going at her one night and her responding back, and it's quite like, oh, you girls. You see, I don't have any issues with any of those ladies. You know? I don't know them in real life. I don't know whether I'd be friends with them. So, you know, you only get a sense from how people talk or type. So I don't have anything against them, but I do. It does make it awkward when people that you don't have any problems with or you might like, you know, as a YouTube friend or an online friend, going hard at each other. It's like, oops, I think I'll just say hello and shut up. anyway, with the Marie situation, like, look, the only way moving forward is, just to, you have to come to an agreement. And Marie said, well, I did come to an agreement with him, but he broke it. And that's the problem. People will break the agreement. And that's really where the problem lies. Another thing I don't like is, like, when you get close to somebody and you talk to them offline or privately or whatever, for that person to spill your personal information to others, and I've had it done, haven't I, Doodle? For people to spill that to others to try to make you look bad is fucking pathetic. And I'll be honest with you, I've had conversations with girls. I know stuff about girls that would cause problems. But you know what? It ain't going to happen because I respect the friendship that I have or had, and I'm not going to fucking put it out there. I'm not going to say I'm a gentleman or anything. It's just how I am and my sense of morals, I guess. What's the point in doing it? Yeah, you can get on and have a little whinge maybe, but do you think I would ever post stuff publicly? Do you see me doing any lives showing their fucking screenshot conversations or something? Oh, let's change the subject for a second. We're right in the location I was when that video. Actually, no, I didn't put it on YouTube. So I was driving right here, about 100 meters back one day, and this lady pulled out of the shops. She was given way by a person to go in front of him. That he had the right of way. He was turning right into the shops, right? And there was a whole stream of traffic. So he's just like, oh, you can go. And she's just jumped out and run into the side of a truck, right? Damaged her car, like all the front bumper and shit. Did fuck all to the truck. Anyway, I sat there and watched it, and it's all on my crash cam. So I saw her pulling up next to the truck, and then she turned left. He pulled over. He got out because he saw cops behind me. He got out to walk down the line of traffic, and I wound my window down. I powered my window down, and I said, hey mate, I don't know what just happened, but I have it all on my crash cam. He said, you're gold. I said, well, I'll pull over and give you my number. Apparently she pulled up alongside the truck driver, abused him, even though he was totally in the right, and then took off. So the truck driver made the cops pull over. I pulled over, gave him my number. I said, hey, I'm on my way. I won't be home till late tonight, and I'll pull the footage off my crash cam for you, which I eventually did. Gave it to the company he worked for and access to the cops. The cops rang me. I uploaded it to their portal, and I never heard another thing back, even though I have it on my YouTube channel as unlisted. I'll just make it public so that if you want to have a look at it, it's only for a couple minutes, because I just pulled the part. I just pulled the part where the crash was, because the crash cam records in 15-minute intervals or something like that, and it breaks up the different files. I think there's music on in the background, or Howard Stern might be on in the background, which was kind of funny because it was a little bit like dirty. I don't know what Howard was talking about at the time, but anyway, I never heard anything back. But like the woman apparently turned up to the cop station afterwards, because I think she would have got charged with like a hit and run type thing, whatever that charge is. Anyway, and she had a completely different story. So the cop said to me, he goes, oh, your crash cam footage is going to be gold in helping resolve this case. And I said, oh mate, look, the truck driver was in the right. He didn't do anything wrong. I said, she's totally in the wrong. It's not the guy who led her through traffic that's in the wrong. It's totally up to the woman to enter the traffic stream carefully, which she didn't. Like she might have got flagged through by the guy that was turning into the shops, right? But he had no right to flag her through, and the onus was on her to watch for traffic as she was coming. I don't flag people through unless there's absolutely no one around, like that's gonna cause a problem. It's just too dangerous. So anyway, I never heard anything back. I was curious to know what happened. But anyway, it is what it is. You can't hide anything these days with fucking cameras everywhere. Anyway, sorry, I digressed. But getting back to Marie. Look, my advice there, Marie. You have a lot of good friends around you. You know, Charlotte, Mabel, all top-notch, loyal friends. And I saw Mabel was asking you to end the stream last night on multiple occasions, and I think eventually you did. Sorry, mate, look a bit shonky. Not really into giving hitchhikers lifts, and I got a heap of shit on my seat that I'd have to move, and I'm doing this live. Don't really want to get another person talking in the car, so normally, maybe sometimes I might give a person a lift if I see someone, especially if I see someone broken down. But anyway, so yeah, my advice, Marie, is just to, you got to come to some kind of fucking agreement with this dude. And it doesn't matter if he's fucking drunk or not. And you can't be like, see, other content creators or other channels, they encourage people to talk about that shit so that they've got content, and you have to somehow look, take it from experience. Like a month, even a week in YouTube, a week or two in YouTube is like months. That's how fast the fucking wheels of YouTube fucking turn, and it'll be forgotten. Like situations or things that I was involved in or discussing, once you stop talking about them, like a month later, it seems like it's been a year. And that's what you got to do. If you keep putting it out there, people are going to just keep wanting to stir things up, and that's what you don't want to do. It's not good for your health either. So, talking about drama, there's lots of subjects I can touch on, but I won't have the time to touch on them all, and some of them I don't really care to. But I saw, how can I word this respectfully? Oh, it's high time. I saw a friend of mine do a community post. This was like, I don't know, probably a few days ago, and it said something like, I'm off YouTube, having a break, or off YouTube, too much drama, or toxic or whatever. The thing is, though, I'm trying to be respectful. This person is, from what I've seen and know, was all up in the drama, and it's fine when it's drama that they want to be in, but maybe it's not cool when it's drama they don't want to be in. All I'm saying is, if I learned the hard way on YouTube, to a certain point. If you kind of if you're involved in it, you become drama. You know what I mean? Maybe at a different level. God, I can't believe they're still doing roadworks here. So, like, you can't pick and choose when you want to do it. And another thing too, if you're home, you don't work, or you're a pensioner, or whatever the situation is, if you don't work and you're home every day, you have too much free time to do that YouTube stuff. If you've got that much free time to be on YouTube, then you need to evaluate what maybe you should be doing in life. Like, it's easy for me to sit here and say, get a fucking job, but I mean, I understand, even if you look after a child or kids, once they go to school, even, like, there's no reason why you can't be get a job or whatever, further education, whatever the case may be. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is it's really not good to do that shit all day, every day. Not that you do it, not that everyone does it all day, every day, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you're all up in there, and look, you people know what I'm talking about. You're up there, you're doing community posts, you're behind the scenes, you're talking about someone from YouTube. You then organize panels to discuss this person, and I know I've been in these groups in the past. I've been in these groups. You don't have to be live to be all up in that shit, and it will eventually get to you. Like I've like not lost, but lost is not the right word. I've pulled away, from people because of that very situation. And at the end of the day, I know it's going to be hard to believe, but you don't actually need those people. Those people only pull you down. Like I love going into my Discord, right? I have a Discord. I started the Discord because I thought Discord was going to be this, fucking really cool thing. But for me, Discord is just an address book. It really is. It really is just an address book of my online friends, basically. Some come, some go. People get the shits with YouTube, so then they go, oh, they just leave all the Discord. That's happened too. Plenty of people have come and gone. And that's fine. That's their decision. People all learn their YouTube and Discord lessons in their own time. I was going to shut my Discord down once. I've had, toxic people come and go, and I've got people in there that haven't even spoken a fucking word in 12 months. I don't even think they're around anymore. But they're still there because I don't have any problems with them. And if they decide to fucking bring their Discord account back or something, then they're in there. So it's no harm. I thought about it. I went like, look, this person hasn't talked in 12 months. Like, just kick him out. But I figured, no, not going to kick him out. There's nothing that I say, nothing that we say or do in there that's worth fucking spying on. So I don't give a fuck who sees it. That's in there. I mean, I had my Discord screenshotted once, and I sorted it out with that person. And one thing I do notice that happens on YouTube a lot is people get manipulated by other people. And there's a few masters of it out there. One in particular, a girl that I used to know. She's fucking brilliant at it. She's a fucking genius. And it's cost me a little bit it's cost me personally a few friendships. And because I won't engage, and you got to know how to fucking see it. You've got to know the history. And I'm not willing to excuse it, if that makes sense. So I just keep to myself. I go into a few lives these days, few people. I talk in a very few chats. Might do an occasional live like this while I'm driving and talking, but won't be for very long. In fact, I've only got a couple of minutes and I have to go. So I don't know if my chat's working. I see I've got like, I don't know, 4 or 5 lurkers or whatever. That's fine. It's no problem. I don't care who listens. Whether you used to be a friend of mine or whether you're just too afraid to talk, doesn't matter. It's all good. Doesn't matter. I don't have any beef. So I was going to talk. I did want to go live some time ago and throw my 2 cents worth into the just what's her name? What she call herself now? Just Jess K stuff. The old Jessica with a K that doesn't have a K. I wanted to throw my 2 cents worth in when when all that stuff was going down with the baby, fake baby thing, because I used to be in a chat, the same chat that Amber was in. But at the end of the day, those girls covered it quite well, and they cared and looked into a hell of a lot more than what I ever did. I didn't even look. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't know what to believe, and at the end of the day, I didn't really care about what Jess was doing. She tried to stir trouble up for me again after I didn't have any issues with her, and when I realized what she was doing, I took the live down that I did with her, because I don't want that shit on my channel. When someone is not genuine and someone is lying and playing you, and I don't know what a game was. I don't know, like, I don't know why she decided to throw possible friendships away for the sake. I don't understand what the whole thing was about and what her purpose was. But at the end of the day, I'd already had a few clashes with her and this other bird in the past, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I could show their flip-flopping ways, and I could cause quite a few problems. But at the end of the day, it's not worth it, guys. It's just better to move on, let it go. That was the advice from a few other friends of mine, and that's what I did. And as long as they don't, I'd have to say, as long as they don't cause trouble for me, they won't stir up the bad ghost. And on that note, everyone have a fantastic Friday and weekend, and I'll catch you all later. Stay good, people. Try to be good. I'm gonna go and have lunch with my girl, and I'm on time, so I have a very good chance of getting late tonight. Just saying so. Catch you all later. Have a nice day.